Hello, beautiful people. I know I've been away for a long time, but I'm finally back and I'm super excited to share with you part one of probably what's gonna be a series on me trying to turn this basic garage into my dream wood shop. So, if you have been following me on my social media, you know that I've recently moved, and for the first time, I have a proper workshop. The original idea was to build all the furniture from plywood, but because of the prices and because of the time that it would involve, I thought to myself, why can't I just repurpose something that already exists and turn it into what I need? Because this is kind of what I do on this channel anyway. And also, I wanted to show you guys what you can do for a very little money or sometimes free and kind of give you an idea how you can do it yourself. Before I say anything else, I just want to say how grateful I am, and I want to say a huge thank you to all of you guys who supported me via Buy Me a Coffee or my Amazon wishlist link. This was actually my goal that I set up on Buy Me a Coffee. I wanted to move to a place with a garage so that I could actually work regardless of the weather. So just to show you, this is where I live, and this is gonna be my workshop. So I'll give you a quick tour. This is day one of working in the garage, so it's completely bare, and I just started painting it. As you can tell, I've stopped over there. So I'll finish painting and then I will put up a wall with all the storage for my tools and everything else. This is actually the unit that I will repurpose to build a station for my tools and for all the stuff that I have. So yes, I'm incredibly grateful and excited. And without further ado, let's start the video. As I mentioned before, there will be more videos on this subject because obviously I'm not done yet, but I wanted to take you along on the journey and show you how I've managed to put everything together and some of the solutions that I found, because this space isn't, huge, and I wanted to put all my tools, the small ones and the really big ones, in it and make it all work. So hopefully you guys will get some ideas from this, and please do share if you have better solutions to some of the problems that I came across. But anyhow, so you can see me assembling the first unit that I got on Facebook Marketplace, and I only paid £30 for this. This was absolutely huge. This was 9 feet long, and fortunately my mate has a van and he was able to help me disassemble it because there was no way to put it in the van, not to mention that it was just too heavy. Obviously this is meant for the living room and not a workshop, but I made it work. I rearranged it, I cut some of the bits off and I added some shelves or boxes or whatever I needed, and I made it work. May I also say that you'll see lots of new tools that I bought, but this is probably one of the cheapest lines of tools you can find in the UK. It's actually carried by Lidl, which is a grocery store. And I sold all of my old tools and decided to just go with one brand mostly because of the batteries, and I wanted to go cordless, and this way I can swap batteries between power tools and just make it super easy. So most of those tools were actually really cheap. You just saw me adding some structural support for the middle shelves because I removed bits, or I'm about to remove it, so I just wanted to make sure that this was structurally sound. Hello beautiful people, a bit wet today, but don't need to worry about it because I've got a workshop. As you can see, I've made some progress regarding the tool station or the cupboards where I'm gonna keep all of my stuff. The plan for today is to create a station for my miter saw somewhere in here. Haven't decided how I'm gonna do it yet, but that's the plan. And earlier that day, I found a guy who sold me all this wood for £70, which is probably about $90, so super cool. I decided to put my miter saw in the left lower corner of this unit, and I wanted to basically reuse every single bit that I took out of this unit. All the handles, hinges and wood, just make it as cheap as possible. And also I found a really cool bench completely free on Facebook Marketplace that day, so I'm gonna be fixing that at the same time. So I picked this up for free. This is an IKEA workbench in a terrible condition. There's a little bit of rot, I think. There you go. A bit moldy. So I'm gonna fix it up and use it. It was structurally sound, but it just needed a lot of cleaning, sanding, and basically just refreshing. So I took it all apart, sanded it, made it look decent, and I put it back together. This is the miter saw that I purchased on Amazon. I have a table saw from this company, and Evolution is a decent company, so I thought, why not? And I've also seen good reviews, so that's what I went with. I made a base for the miter saw, or like a little box rather, and I use my miter saw to do that. And because this is shop furniture, so nothing fancy, I just used screws and made sure that everything was square and nice. And this actually gave me a chance to use my new tools from Parkside for the first time, and I was super happy with them, especially the drills. After I screwed all the pieces together, I cut some legs to elevate it, and for the top I used a piece of MDF, which was completely free. I got it from the offcut section at B&Q, which is the same thing as Home Depot here in the UK. So all the pieces that I used for the base of my miter station was about £5. That is ridiculously cheap if you ask me. And there it is. Because the miter saw has a range of motion, I had to cut a piece of the plywood behind it to allow it for a smooth and unobstructed movement. I also purchased this shop vac from Evolution, which has power takeoff, which basically means that you can plug your miter saw into the shop vac and the vac into your socket, and then when you turn your saw on, it automatically turns on the vacuum. When I was done with the miter saw station, I decided to strengthen the structure above it, as I didn't feel it was strong enough. I added some support and I removed the doors and went with pegboards instead. The pegboards were incredibly cheap and I got them from Lidl, 3 pieces for I think £5 or something like that. I just wanted a place where I could keep the tools that I use most often, and instead of opening a cupboard, I could just grab it whenever I needed it. I also got these magnetic bars from Lidl. They were super cheap as well. I think possibly £9 for 3 of them. Don't remember exactly, but it was less than £10. I used the doors that I removed from the cupboard above the miter saw to enclose the base for the miter station, as it was open and just didn't like the way it looked. I also repurposed the handles and the hinges that I removed from this unit previously. Not only I didn't have to spend any extra money on those hinges and handles, they also looked exactly like the rest of the unit, so it's a win-win. Later that day I found another unit on Facebook Marketplace, and the person was actually able to deliver it to me as it wouldn't fit in my car. And this was just perfect because I was able to use all those pieces to create a structure around the bench that I already assembled. Even though it didn't fit perfectly, I was able to cut some pieces and make it work. This was a lot of storage, and also the same color as the other unit from IKEA that I got for free. So with a little tweaking, I was able to make it work. It was a bit of an afterthought, but I decided to make a holder for my drills out of one of the cupboards. This was MDF, so not ideal for this purpose, but it worked just fine. I also got these very cheap wire baskets from Lidl. They are very convenient as you can expand your storage and also see exactly what's in them. I got a large extension cord and I used double-sided tape to attach it to the side of the cupboard. I also got a pack of those very handy neodymium magnets that come pre-drilled with a hole, and you can attach them with just one screw and they will hold any steel tool. I will be doing lots of projects along the way, but for my next video I want to tackle the biggest one. I want to build a huge workbench that has all my large tools built in and will allow me to store them away or get them out whenever I need them. Just to give you an idea, I want my table saw, my router table, my planer and my thicknesser to be built into my workbench. That's in the next video. Now you can see me making some French cleats for my mini French cleat wall, where I will be able to store all my clamps. Making French cleats is super easy. You basically make two pieces cut at 45-degree angle that interlock and allow you to take one of the pieces off and put it back on whenever you need it. This is very convenient because as this is my brand new shop and I don't really know what my workflow will be like, this will allow me to rearrange my tools however I need to at any given time. After I attached the first part of the French cleat to the wall, I made a very simple holder for my clamps and attached it to the other part. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys who've been patient with me because I haven't posted in a while, but now I'll be able to do it regularly. For all of you who haven't subscribed already, please do so because I'll have lots of interesting content coming soon. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do it via Buy Me a Coffee or via Amazon wishlist. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the video. So that's my clamp storage. I will definitely expand my French cleat wall and I might move those tools around when I decide how I want to work in that shop. I also purchased this very handy bench sander from Parkside and I was able to put it to use right away after I calibrated it and made sure that it's all square and works properly. I made a holder for my plant saw track. Actually it's for my circular saw because I don't have a plant saw. So I used one of the pieces for the French cleat wall that I already had and I attached it to the bottom so the track could rest on it, and I made a little lock thingy, don't know what you call it, on the top just to lock it in place. As I don't have any more furniture at the moment and I haven't decided what else I'm gonna build, I use this stand that I got from Parkside as well to rest my bench saw on. The saw will definitely change its place as I get more furniture, But that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, like and comment, and see you in the next video, part 2 of my makeover.